Meeting of September 14th, 2023 is now in session. The first order of business is to approve the minutes from the August 3rd, 2023 meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second? Thank you, Karen. Any discussion or anything? All those in favor of approving the minutes say aye.
Aye.
I heard that it's unanimous. The minutes are officially adopted. The board will now conduct the public hearings on today's agenda. The way we work it here is that the applicant or the applicant's representative will state the reasons for the requested variance and present any material or documentation which is to be considered regarding the proposal. Next, persons wishing to speak in favor of the proposal will be given the opportunity to address the board. Then persons who wish to speak in opposition will be allowed to address the board. Finally, the applicant or a representative will be given the option to make any closing arguments or comments to the board. Following the public hearing this afternoon, the board may make a decision on each application heard. The board may also decide to hold this decision until the next public hearing. If the hearing is closed, no additional information will be allowed into the record except for information that the board may request. That information will be available for public review at the zoning office, which is not in City Hall Commons. Where is it?
One Park Place.
Okay, thank you very much. Staff will now introduce the first application.
Application V-23-12 is an area variance. It's a request to waive side setback requirements on a property to build a new garage located at 123 Wood Avenue. Owner and applicant is Patricia Jones Rouser. This falls in zoning district R3.
The applicant or the representative here. Could you please state your name and address before you talk? And you can lower that microphone to a comfortable level for you.
My name is Patrona Jones Rouser, so that's Patrona. My address is 123 Wood Ave, Syracuse.
You want to tell us what you want to do and why you want to do it?
Yeah, so I requested a area variance because, or a waiver, because last year I was set to purchase a lot from the land bank adjacent to my property and to have a garage built on the property. One of the neighbors came later and asked me if he could have some of the land for his dogs to be able to run. And I agreed to that. I agreed to give him 10 feet of that. But when the land bank did the new lines, they gave him 12 feet. And so I didn't realize at the time that I needed the 4 foot property line to be there for the garage. And some of the lingo was supposed to be in the, or the verbiage was supposed to be included in the original request from the land bank, but it was taken out at the last minute because we didn't have the exact diagram of the garage. So that probably would have been helpful at the time for me to end up knowing then that I needed the 4 feet. But that's why I'm requesting it, because they only need it for their dogs per se. And I guess we have done some of the preparations for the firewall and all of that on that side of the property, if that's an issue. But technically they don't have any land that, like, there's no structure that'll be near it. It's just, they just wanted a grassy area. So.
Did you re-subdivide that empty lot
Yes.
to your property?
Yes, that's what the land bank subdivided it, and when they did, that's when instead of giving them 10 feet, they gave them 12 feet, which at the end I did agree to. But I didn't know that I would need 4 of those feet.
You lost 2 feet on the deal.
Yes.
You're not paying
Well, I lost
taxes
it
on
all
that.
because I was set to buy the entire thing. I agreed to give it to them.
You're not
And-
paying taxes on that 2 feet, are you?
I'm sorry?
Are you paying the taxes on that 2 feet?
No, I'm not. No. But the owner, they aren't accessible right now, but they did agree that if I needed to have 2 feet back, I can take that, but they're just not available to speak to that.
Now, right now, the way the garage is potentially going to go, it will be within, it's going to be, it'll be within, how far is it going to be from your boundary? 2 feet, 3 feet?
Right now, where it's set, it will sit directly on the property line, because I
You didn't
was
know.
moving my driveway to that side of the building. So I still needed the 12 feet for the driveway. I could move the garage over just a bit, but it would probably be only within 2 feet. So I was still, on the opposite side, it just frees up like 2 feet. But right now, it's currently sitting on the property line. And I, at the time, thought that was okay because we agreed, both of us agreed to split the cost for a fence. And so I was thinking, well, if we set the garage on the line, that's less fence we have to buy. But apparently, yeah.
So, okay, so I want to understand. If she was putting a garage in and it was 4 feet away from her house, she wouldn't need a variance.
Yeah.
That's correct.
No, 4 foot from the property line.
So the setback, the side setback is 4 feet. That's the requirement.
And
So,
she wouldn't need a variance.
yeah, our review and analysis of this was that the size and layout of the parcel could allow for the construction within those limitations. But also, if this were granted a variance, it would deviate from other parcels in the neighborhood on the rest of the street, many of which don't even have a garage. But
So,
Many of the, not on that street itself, but many of the homes in the area, they actually do have large garages. Some of them aren't in the best conditions, but they were like barn style. So if you can go the next street over, and there's several of them.
so you're saying that the space she's, to give her the variance, it's okay, what you're saying. It works.
The board is obligated to grant the minimum variance possible. So let's say someone asks to cover the whole setback, which is what this request is. If there's a way to grant less than putting it on the property line, then the board should consider
Right.
the minimum variance possible to help the applicant
So can you
achieve their
move
needs.
The garage over.
I can move it over very slightly.
You said 2
Yeah.
feet, right?
Yeah, just about,
That's-
just within 2 feet.
That's splitting the difference. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess, is there a reason we can't go 2 more feet and just be at that 4 feet?
I would then be in the new driveway.
Put in already?
No, but so the way the houses are built on our street, the side doors are on the opposite side of the driveway. So our driveway sits to one side, our side door sits on a completely other side. I would like to utilize my side door, and my back door as well is closer to that side of the property. So we're going to get rid of the original driveway, and we are moving to this side. So if we were to move it fully over 4 feet, it would go into the potential driveway, and we would have to then park at least, I have a trailer, I have a truck, my husband has a van, like we would have to park things on the street. So with the full stretch of the potential driveway as is, or it already was a driveway for the house that was torn down. We would be able to utilize the driveway to the full capacity.
Have you talked to your neighbors about, do they know what's going on?
Yes.
Has anybody said, no, we don't want you to do that?
No, I think a couple of them did get the card in the mail because they asked me, I'm building a garage, and they, conferred and shook their head, okay, that was fine. And the neighbor, like I said, the neighbor adjacent that I did allow to purchase the portion from, they are also fine with it. It's just some circumstances that they couldn't be here.
Now, currently, you have 2 driveways right now, or one driveway? I'm looking at the.
Currently, I technically have one driveway, but we're closing down my driveway.
The one on
And
the, if I'm looking at your house, you're going to close down the one on the left of the
yes,
house?
yes,
So you're only going to use the one with that catch basin in the front?
yes.
Any other questions? Thank you. And our apologies, it's Petrona, not Patricia. You got that
Yes.
right? Okay.
I'm sorry, Patrona.
Yeah. I don't like when they do that to my name.
I don't either. I don't
Yeah.
know why Jake didn't catch that.
Well,
But
we've caught it now. Okay. Thank you. Is there anybody who would like to speak in favor of the application? Is there anybody who would like to speak against the application? Hearing none, I'll close the case and we go right to the vote now, right? I just want to make sure we're under the new, whatever. Okay, let me just do this. There a motion? There a motion on this case? Motion.
To grant the variance. Now, my only quick question here is that we have to do the minimal distance from the property line of 2 feet, or can I just make a motion to accept it based on the request here of 4 feet?
You can do either. You can make a condition that
And you can make a motion that grants less than what is requested, or you can make a motion to grant the request as requested. And don't forget, we need to do seeker also.
on a level 2 area variance. We never did that before. We only did it on use variances. That would be new to us, so we wouldn't know that. Let's do, okay. What do you, pick one, Otis.
Oh, it's a type 2. I'm sorry, I'm incorrect. I apologize.
May I ask one more question?
Of course.
With the 2 feet, you'll be able to do everything you need to do if you split the difference. Okay. I'm going to make a motion that we grant the variance of the 4 foot where she could build the garage on the property line so she could do what she needs to do.
I don't know, so you're giving her the full,
Yeah, he's just saying,
Given the, as
he's
is.
proposing that the variance be approved. That's what we're saying.
as requested?
He's
Yeah, as requested.
As-
Okay,
Yes.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, discussion? I think if we have the opportunity, we should split the difference. That's my opinion. Yeah. Karen agrees with that too. So I think that,
Might
You
want to
put-
walk through the criteria to help make that decision.
well, okay, that's up
you
to
can't-
you to, I'm just making the comment that it shouldn't be so right on the setback if it doesn't have to be.
And I understand that, Stu. The only reason why I would say that it should be on the property line this particular time, because she wasn't given all of the facts, because she had all of the property, and she was just trying to be benevolent to a neighbor,
And that's all fine.
but
She knows the facts now, and she is able to move it. That's my position.
And if I stand pat with what I want to do, are you going to stand?
I don't know. Why don't you go through the criteria that you have to go through?
What
And I'll
page is
listen
it
and
on?
consider.
You didn't get it, okay.
I didn't see it in
I
here.
don't see it. Here, use this.
Did I overlook it?
No,
It's in the application, but I have them set out here.
well, actually, if she would put the garage door in the front,
That's his. Oh, you gave it, but that's my copy, thank you.
you know, because now it's on the side.
Yeah, usually it's like,
It's in the packet, but instead of
Okay.
wasting the time, they're the ones in blue. This
Where is it in the
area
variant?
variance.
And Stu, this is what I'm going to do, I think, just to make sure that she can get this. I'm going to say that we accept this proposal or this variance with the option to move it within 2 feet.
okay,
Then I'll go through the criteria.
it's a condition. It's not going to be an option. It's going to be a condition of us granting the variance.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So you're changing it to conditionally on moving it 2 feet.
Yeah,
And are you
because
seconding it?
I will second it.
Okay. And why don't you go through the criteria?
All right, I'll second you what you said.
I'm trying to get through this.
whether
I'm
an
sorry,
undesirable.
just to clarify the record,
We have to undo that first motion, right?
are you,
Otis is going to give 2 feet variance.
okay, that,
Condition on moving it the 2
you
feet.
don't have to condition it, you can just make the motion that you're granting a variance for 2 feet.
Instead of 4. Okay, okay. That's fine.
Should I restate that?
I would.
Do we, there was the first motion, does that have to be unmotioned, canceled?
Yes, he should resend his first motion.
Okay,
Or
rescind your
he
first
can
one.
amend it, but at this point, I would just withdraw your motion.
Withdraw the first
And
motion and
I withdraw the first motion. I make my secondary motion to grant the variance of 2 feet.
I'll second it.
Okay, whether an undesirable change will produce in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties will be created by granting the area variance. And my answer to that question is no. If anything, it will enhance the neighborhood and not be a detriment in any way. Whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. And the answer to that question is no, she needs the area variance. Whether the request area variance is substantial, I think in this case it is, yes.
Is it? No, I don't think so. Yeah? I wouldn't say.
Well, if,
The substantial criteria means, is it a substantial request? So, and yes, it is, because she's
Yeah.
asking to go
Yeah,
into the
that's-
setback by 2
yeah, that's
feet.
what I said,
I mean, it's
yes.
at 30 feet she's asking for. Okay.
Well, 2 out of 4 is pretty
All right.
substantial, that's 50%.
yeah, don't question my interpretation.
All right.
Whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district? And the answer to that question is absolutely not. Once again, I think it's going to be an enhancement. And whether the alleged difficulty was self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the Board of Appeals, but not necessarily preclude the granting of the area variance. Now, is it a self-created? Absolutely not. This is a situation in which I think the applicant is doing the very best that they can, given the set of circumstances presented.
Anything from you?
Well, I would just maybe add as the benefit that would be because of the conditions in today's world, is she's going to put her paraphernalia inside a enclosed structure protected from theft and whatever, vandals, and then she always can, if she doesn't like the door on the side, she could probably go in directly from the front, and it would still be, you'd still have the same space, same wall space.
Okay, I'm going to call the question. All those in favor of approving the variance with the 2 feet, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. It's unanimous. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. I gotta run. I gotta run. So I will not see you at this meeting, but I'll see